What's up, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy mxdawodu. This is how's going down. In this episode we'll be talking about some crypto news, not much news, but we're talking about Chainlink as well, doing some TA on that. It's not going to be a long video, it's just going to be a super brief one, just going over the recent events in the last 24 hours or so. On the weekend we'll do a longer video. It'll probably be on my birthday on Sunday because I might go out on Saturday.
Stephen, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Having money on my mind, I having money in my pocket. Bone marrow roasted, spread it on the rosemary bread, lightly toasted, drizzle with the vinaigrette.
Looking at the markets, we can see here Bitcoin's had a nice 3.7% pump, Ethereum's had a nice 5.6% pump. So for you traders out there, hope you know that volatility has done you some good. And yeah, looking at the other top 10 coins, Chainlink, so this is up 18.9%, but this, you see here guys, you see here, this was a 30% move, but we'll be talking about that a bit more in depth. And looking at the other coins, marginal gains, other than I'd say Cardano, which had a nice pump. So it's a shame that I'm working, because like all of these moves I'm missing out on. It's painful to miss them. But looking at the biggest gainers we've had, Avalanche, interesting. This coin, it tanked in the last couple of days, and now it's had a nice fat pump. All these other coins I didn't know much about. Band Protocol, I did mention Band the other day, I believe, guys. And Uniswap as well has had a nice pump, so we'll be talking about that. Ultimately, guys, remember I did talk about Ampleforth. Ampleforth is still under $1, so I think it's around $71. Sorry, 71 cents. Sorry. So keep it on your radar because it always rebases to $1. Just a disclaimer: I haven't bought a bag of Ampleforth yet because I don't have enough liquidity, but just letting you guys know. Okay, so looking at the crypto news of the day, so we can see here that according to Cambridge, there are now 100 million people worldwide that are using crypto-based assets. So I think this is only going to continue with Generation Z and millennials. I'm a millennial, and all the people born after 2000, they are Generation Z. I don't believe they'll be buying gold. They're going to be buying crypto, and like if they do buy gold, it'll be like Pax gold sort of thing. There'll be a crypto version of gold that they buy. It won't be actual gold itself. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. You might have some like old school investors / traders who want to do things a different way. Who knows? But yeah, I do believe this is the future. So just looking here, just gonna go over it quickly because it's quite easy to understand. But basically, Cambridge, they did a study in 2018, and they said that around 35 million people globally were using crypto-based assets. Now, as of Q3 2020, which just ended. Which just ended. Sorry. There are now 191 million accounts opened across, all crypto exchanges, and this equates to, I believe, around 100 million people, because some people do have several accounts, such as myself. I have too many to count. But yeah, they're saying that this is an 189% increase, and it may be explained by the rise in that number of accounts, which I did mention, which increased by 37%, as well as a greater share of accounts being systematically linked to an individual's identity, allowing us to increase our estimate minimum user numbers associated with accounts on each service provider. So interesting to see that it is an estimate. This number could be a bit higher, it could be a bit less, but you've seen with the news that I've talked about in the past that people in Nigeria, they are using cryptocurrency, and Nigeria's population is around like 200 million or so. Then people get busy, boy. They get busy. We've seen that Nigeria, Iran, they are starting to mine cryptocurrency, and places like South America as well, they are also using cryptocurrency in opposition to their actual fiat currency. So it's very interesting, to see that this is like slowly spread. So just looking at the statistics, this, you know, percentage wise is 1.3% of the world. And how did I get that number? I divided 100 million by 7.5 billion, which is the amount of people in the world, and that gave me this number here, which I times by 100, giving us, you know, 1.3%. So I expect this number to just keep on slowly rising, you know, as more and more infrastructure is built. As we've seen, Kraken, they've been able to get a banking license, and as you know, that ecosystem and awareness is slowly spread, we've seen the IMF being talking about cryptocurrency as well, which is just unbelievable. And yeah, this is the future, guys. Like, this is my personal belief. I'm not going to go into my conspiracy theories, that's something else. But looking at the coins of the day, we have UNI swap. So this coin, I was a bit of an idiot. I mean, not really, because you don't go broke taking profits, which is a message I want to instill with you guys. And, you know, always make sure to not always put in your 100% of, you know, your capital, because then you miss opportunities and you can get wrecked. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about what I did, but basically I essentially thought that this coin would go down to touch the $3.5 mark and, you know, be trading in this box here, this range here, which ultimately it did not, unfortunately. And then, you know, it had a strong rebound in terms of the price action. So you can see here, just from the bottom to where we currently are, that is a move of around 42%, which I did miss out on. Fair say I didn't have enough capital, but now we can see we're setting in an upwards trend line, which we have had, you know, several bounces off, not including down here. Also, just, you know, these two/3 bounces here, you can see, like so. We came up, came back to retest it, came up, came back to retest it, came up now, and we can see like this very small box, or rectangle I should say, is now serving us as resistance. So I would potentially say that we're forming an ascending triangle from which we are most likely to break upwards. However, I could be wrong, and we are starting to see less bullish price action, less bulls buying up the price at these levels, as you know, we are losing steam, which could indicate a reversal. However, I do believe, you know, there is a lot more room for growth and, you know, upwards price movement in terms of the MACD. It's just, you know, I believe, you know, things start to coil when you get to this sort of level here. So ultimately, what am I saying? Well, I will be re-entering this coin. Previously I was looking, you know, at, you know, this red level here as an entry point, but I was like, you know, doing other stuff, and then overnight it sort of came up above it. So what am I going to do? Well, I believe this rectangle here is a key area of resistance, as I, you know, keep on saying. So ultimately, I'm going to probably wait for it to come back and retest this trend line here before I do enter, you know, another UNI swap position. And it will be a bit early, so I will be gambling, because it could easily break down back to this level here. But when it does, or sorry, if it doesn't, and, you know, it continues to pump, then I've got a considerably larger return on my investment. So it is a bit risky, but, you know, that's what I like to do with my money, to take risks. So yeah, I will be doing this on Binance, and I'll be putting in a stop loss for roughly, I don't know, around this level here, 4.9 or so. But not financial advice, just letting you guys know what I'm doing. If you guys got in here, then congratulations to you. You're a lot better trader than I am. But yeah, ultimately, this, not to say that whenever there's a crossover on the MACD that it's always a good time to enter, but it would have been, you know, a good time to enter. Even though, you know, we had seen a fat pump here, it would have been a very good time to enter. Even if you'd bought the top here, which I don't advise, you know. Yeah, but not to go on ramble in circles, but ultimately, guys, whenever we have our retest, if we wick below it, you know, just try to be a bit cheeky with your, if you're going to put a limit order, try to be a bit cheeky, and if it goes through, it goes through. If not, you know, you haven't lost any money. So you know, I could potentially see myself putting in a little cheeky limit order of around, I don't know, maybe not $5, but I don't know, 5.1 or so, just in case it comes down to wick below it. Who knows what the price will do. But yeah, I do believe if this price action continues, then we will start to retest our previous highs. However, having said that, guys, with this UNI, with this UNI token, there has been a liquidity lockup period, and I don't exactly know 100% with how the coins are released, but I do believe, I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that at the moment you cannot like sell your Uniswap tokens. Actually, guys, I take back what I said, because I have no idea. But you can see here, Jesus Christ, man, when this started, this was like under 500 million, sorry, but now we can see 300, 600, or 660, 900, so roughly 1.5 billion is locked up in these contracts. So I actually don't know whether these people are able to withdraw their UNI, as they've deposited liquidity into these contracts or not. But if they're not able to, and the funds are tied up, the rewards are tied up until this reward date, then that could potentially mean that when 52 days from now, when the funds are given and the rewards are capitalized on, then there could be a lot of selling pressure. But I do not know, guys, if that is the case or not. So you would need to do a bit of your own research into whether that is the case or not. So I'm looking at the main meat of the day, the main coin of the day, guys. I am a fool. Okay, this guy was right. I am an idiot, not in the way that he means, but basically, I don't know, like similar with Uniswap. I was being a cheapskate. I was hoping for this coin to start to retest these lower levels here, $7 mark, before I would go back to re-enter a position. But I was being a bit of a Scrooge, and ultimately I paid the price. So you can see here, guys, from yesterday's move, which we touched the bottom lower trending line of this descending wedge, there was roughly a 41% move if you'd caught the exact bottom to the top. However, that's probably not the case. But if you had got in, boy, you would have made a sweet gain on your money. And this falls in line with what the analyst says. I mean, it does and it doesn't. Like, we're still within this descending wedge. So, like in terms of what the analyst said, he said that we would in line with also the the Twitter analytics and graphs that I showed you. Like, we could either break out now and come back to retest this resistance before starting to moon, or we could break down, then break sideways, and then moon. Either one, I'm still gonna wait for a retest of this level here, or if we do break out of it, I would have to wait for a retest of this upper resistance line. Guys, with like yesterday, I was tempted to buy in at this level here, and I thought maybe it's gonna break out, but that's the FOMO in your mind. That's the fear of missing out. So it's always important just to wait for your entry. Don't rush an entry, because ultimately, if you're wrong, it's too easy to get wrecked. You're better off trying to time the bottom and missing out and it going a bit lower before it goes higher than you are trying to buy what you think is a top and then it just goes down lower. So just always have that on your radar. I will do my best to steer you guys in the right direction. However, I'm not super experienced or anything, so just take that with a pinch of salt, and you also have to do due diligence into the coins I'm bringing you guys. Having said all of that, rant over, sorry to be a nag. This is looking like a very, very good setup. I don't know, guys. If you did get in around here, I would potentially this is what I would do. I would like obviously look to take some profits, and then maybe wait for like one of the retests that I do believe is impending. Whether it's, I don't know, because ultimately we have seen some resistance / support at this current level here, indicated by like this sort of this box here. So what does that mean for the price? Well, I can't say exactly, guys. Excuse me, hold on. So I would just have to wait and see, to be honest. Looking at the daily, let's see if this gives us better indication in terms of what the price will do. So yeah, it's best to just wait, to be honest. Like, this isn't a fake out, this has been a legitimate pump, but in terms of a breakout, we want to see more volume in terms of this chart here, this bar here, sorry. And we want to be seeing a crossover, in my opinion, on... Is my phone listening to me? I didn't touch my phone and it's starting to like... Apple scare me, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah, in terms of a breakup, we want to see, in my opinion, a crossover in terms of these two trend lines here. As we saw previously, when the price action broke down, we saw a bearish crossover on these two lines, indicating a reverse on the trend. We want to see this blue line go over the the orange line, and start to put in some green bars on the histogram, and then for the two trend lines to start trading upwards, which I do believe is about to happen. However, it hasn't happened yet. This could easily break down to like, I don't know, this level here. Who knows what's gonna happen? Just be patient, guys. Don't FOMO. Could potentially buy now. However, I would be careful with that. Just have a look with the several different indicators in terms of what price action will do. But yeah, when we do break out, looking at the VPVR, there isn't much trading volume at the $11 mark, so I don't believe it will serve as much resistance. Hopefully we should go to the $12 mark, which would be, I don't know, a how much, 25% move from where we currently are. So just to sum up, guys, there's two things to do. You can try and trade this coin, try to time the bottom, excuse me, or you can just dollar cost average into what is an impending breakout for this descending wedge. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, so because capital's limited, it's my birthday on Sunday, might go out. But having said that, sorry to ramble on, having said that, Chainlink under $10 is a bargain. Chainlink under $7 is even more of a bargain, which I was waiting for. So I don't know, like, if you do enter a position now, just don't put in everything, don't bet the farm. So yeah, that's been the video, guys. I hope you liked it. Smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're new.